Hey everyone, welcome back again to my vlog this day. So I want to talk about something that I think many young people secretly feel but rarely talk about honestly. You know about something that's like feeling lost in your 20s. Honestly, when we were younger, many of us imagined our 20s very differently. Honestly, when we were younger, we just thought we would already know who we are, what career we want, and what kind of life that we want to live. We imagine confidence, stability, clear direction, but rarely feels much more confusing sometimes. And honestly, I think many people in their 20s are quietly trying to figure life out while pretending they understand everything. One thing I just realized is that your 20s are full of transition. People leave school, start working, and lose friendship, build new relationships, move cities, and change their dreams. And honestly, constant change can make life feel emotionally unstable sometimes. Because while everything around you change, you are also still trying to understand yourself at the same time. Another thing about 20s, that's the pressure. Pressure to success, pressure to have plans, pressure to become someone. And honestly, social media makes that pressure even stronger. You know that thing about the standard TikTok? That's annoying. Everyday people see other achieving things online. Successful careers, business, relationship, travel, achievements. Why am I still confused? Why do I feel behind? What am I doing with my life? And honestly, comparison makes confusion feel even heavier. But one thing I slowly realize is this: many people are struggling quietly too. Not everyone who looks successful online feels emotionally okay inside. Some people are also confused. Some people are scared. And some people are simply better at hiding it. And honestly, remembering that helped reduce pressure a little. Another thing I notice is that your 20s are often the first time people experience real independence. And honestly, independence sounds exciting until responsibilities arrives too. Suddenly, people must think seriously about money, future plans, and yeah, about everything. About careers, emotional stability, and honestly, the adulthood feels less glamorous when reality starts appearing. Nobody fully prepared for how mentally exhausting growing up can become. Another difficult thing about your 20s is uncertainty. Sometimes people just change their goals completely. Things they once want to no longer feel meaningful. Dreams shift, interest change, mindset evolve, and honestly, realizing you no longer want the life you once imagined can feel confusing. Because suddenly you must rebuild direction again. I also think your twenties can feel lonely sometimes. Friendship change, people become busy, life move in different directions. A lot of things that just happen in that time. And honestly, maintaining the connections become harder as responsibility increase. Sometimes people are surrounded by others but still feel emotionally alone. And I think many young adults secretly experience that feeling. And we're talking about the self-discovery. People slowly learn what matters to them, what kind of environment affect their peace, what kind of people they want around them, and what kind of life actually makes them happy. And honestly, self discovery is not always comfort. That's not always comfortable. Sometimes it requires letting go of old identities, old expectations, old habits, old version of yourself. And honestly, change can feel emotionally painful even when it is necessary. I also realized that many people in their 20s feel pressure to have everything figured out. But honestly, most people do not. Some are simply better at pretending because life is unpredictable and no age automatically gives perfect clarity. Even adults older than us are still learning constantly. Another thing I notice is that people in their 20s often struggle with identity. They ask themselves questions like, who am I really? What kind of future do I want? What if I fail? And what if I choose the wrong path? And honestly, those questions can feel overwhelming sometimes, especially when society constantly expects confidence and certainty. I think many people underestimate how emotionally exhausting uncertainty can become because uncertainty affects everything: motivation, confidence, peace of mind, and honestly, feeling uncertain for long periods can make a people emotionally tired. Another difficult about the 20s is watching people move at different speeds in life. Some people graduate earlier, some get jobs faster, and some build relationships sooner. Some seem more successful, and honestly, it becomes very easy to feel left behind. And what I feel right now, but over the time, I just learned something important. Life is not moving on one universal timeline. Different people grow differently. And honestly, rushing yourself because of comparison only creates more stress emotionally. That's right. That's true. 100%. That's right. Another thing about your 20s is learning painful lessons. Disappointment, failure, and heartbreak, friendship, and career struggles. Everything will happen, everything will change. And honestly, many people just experience emotional reality. Really is bad. Like the reality for the first times during these years, that's so bad. But painful experiences also teach emotional strength, even though it does not feel beautiful while happening. I also think your 20s are when people slowly stop romanticizing adulthood. As a children, we always think being adulthood that's so exciting. It looks so exciting. Freedom, money, independence. But reality also includes stress, uncertainty, pressure, and emotional exhaustion. And honestly, many young adults are simply trying to survive mentally while learning responsibility at the same time. Another thing I learned is that your 20s are not glamorous and not supposed to be perfect. Movies and social media often make you look glamorous and exciting constantly. But honestly, real love includes confusion too. Quiet days, lonely moments, overthinking at night, and feeling lost sometimes. And that does not mean someone is failing at life, man. It means they are humans. And you know what? Like sometimes growth in the 20s often happen invisibly. Sometimes people feel stuck because they do not notice progress immediately. But the emotional growth is often quiet, becoming calmer, handling stress better, learning boundaries, understanding yourself more deeply. Those things matter too. And honestly, emotional maturity deserves more appreciations. I also realized that many people spend their 20s trying to become versions of themselves that other people expect, trying to impress society, trying to fit with expectations, and trying to appear successful. But eventually, many realize something important. Living only for external validations becomes emotionally exhausting. And honestly, real peace usually begins when people start living more honestly with themselves. That's the point. So that's my video for this TM. Bye bye. See you again.